but generally people who complain about piriformis tightness, pain, or syndrome, they're talking about right into here today. These are general guidelines that we have people follow. Not all general guidelines help with complicated conditions. General guidelines help with general conditions. So if you're not having success with this, please reach out to us so we can actually help you. Link for contacting us is in the description below. So the first thing we have is on the couch. I'm doing my best to position myself so you can see all of me. The first thing is, a lot of times people who have couches, the length of the bottom is too far. Okay, and so one way I can demonstrate this is using this one here possibly. And well, that one doesn't work too well either. But this chair is actually pretty good, so it's hard to fuss with. But let's just say if my hips went further back here, all right, my thighs were actually physically shorter than the length of the pad. What it does is it makes it so you have to cock your leg out. Okay, and so it essentially makes it like this because I'm so far wedged against the back of the couch. My father has a car that does the same thing to me. I feel terrible after driving it. But if I was a little closer and the backrest was a little closer, it actually worked a lot better. So in the car, you really can't make all these modifications, but in a couch you can. So ideally, your knees will be actually physically off the couch so you have space for your knees to breathe. The next thing you can do is you can put a pillow right here, or a pad. Ideally, like a throw pillow works pretty well, or something that goes the whole length of the backing. Right here we have a pillow here. So it's not that the pillow does anything magical, but it allows the back of the couch to get closer to you, all right? So that it decreases that distance there, and now I have all this extra space and I can still watch my TV and so on. This variation works for most of the people we see because most couches are super wide, but everybody's different sizes. So if you're shorter and you're dealing with pain on the couch, then possibly this is the variation for you. Okay, if you're taller, you may just do perfectly fine on the couch unless you've decided to do the Ottoman, all right, or the lazy boy. So this is the other scenario that we have. People go like this, or like this, or like this, and they have those long lengths of the L-shaped couches and they're kind of laying like so. This is a scenario where sometimes when people have nerve aspects to their problems, like they have the pain going down or tightness going down in the back of the thigh or the calf, or they feel the tingling in the foot sometimes and so on, this is a lot of times a very provocative position that starts to wear on them. They feel worse when they get up. And the reason is because you're pulling on the nerve, and if you kick that foot back, it's actually in a simulation almost of a test that we do in our office called Slumps test. You can feel free to look online. Slumps test for sciatica is a very provocative test, and it's very similar other than you have a head position. If you're gaming, if you're playing on your phone this is actually the test. So one thing you can do is give your nerve and give your piriformis a chance and stop provoking it. And what you can do is just, number one, get rid of the Ottoman, and you can still do this and play around on your phone if you want to. Or if you want to, you can keep a knee bend, okay? And I'll show you what that looks like here. The length of the Ottoman really might matter. Now, keep in mind that I probably wouldn't give anybody dealing with this problem who provoke it here, I wouldn't give them this option too much because it's really not worth it. I would just change it for about a week. But you can actually make it so the Ottoman getting closer to you allows a knee bend. Now you may know this looks very similar to driving in a car. So if you are driving in a car and this bothers you too, this probably is not the right variation for you. But overall, the faults that we see with people having piriformis pain on the couch is, number one, their thighs are too short for the cushion. In that case, bring the cushion forward. Number two is they use the Ottoman or the length of the couch. So these may seem like really silly and simple recommendations, but they usually work pretty well for a lot of people. Number one rule is don't provoke your problem. Number two is after you've settled the pain down a little bit, you need to build up some resiliency. And changing the position that you're at in the couch is just a simple pain modification approach. It does not change the function of your hip and core, which is really important related to piriformis problems, and it doesn't build strength, it doesn't build mobility, it doesn't do any of that stuff. That's why adding other parts to a program together, like stretching, specific stretches, strengthening exercises, may be helpful in addition to activity modification, being more physically active, walking more, walking less. We don't really know until we see what's going on with you. So if you guys want specific suggestions and make it so your problem doesn't keep returning, just reach out to us. We have a link in the description below where you can reach out to us directly and schedule a consultation to see if we can take your case or not. If you're looking for all the free content we have on YouTube, it's all here. So go on to our channel. Every channel on YouTube has a search bar. Put in whatever topic you want on the search bar and you'll find endless videos on this, but keep in mind, none of our videos are super specific on YouTube because we don't know what's going on with you. So we're trying to give the best general information that we can on YouTube. We'll see you next time.